All right, we're live.
Hello. Welcome to the Flopbuster movie show. If you don't recognize me, I'm now the new third member and host of Flopbuster. My name's Victoria. I've been on here a few times, but they love me so much they brought me back forever. And I also think I'm supposed to be in the middle.
Oh, well, let me change that real quick. There we go. Now it's first take style.
All right. So yes, in case you haven't noticed, it looks a little bit different because now we have a host. It's still going to be your destination for movie news, opinions, and reviews. So obviously we have Tony and Gabe.
Gabe, how we feeling, man? You ready to get this started?
I'm ready to get it started. I'm ready to get going. I'm ready to
right,
debate you on everything.
Debate me, and we're going to debate first take style. So I want to welcome everybody to the new and improved the Flopbuster movie show. We're trying something new. The structure is a bit different. We're going to try to keep things under an hour. We're going to run through the news. Gabe's going to throw down his opinion on the new film, The Black Phone with Ethan Hawke, that comes out next week. He had an exclusive early look at it yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And then we're going to go through all the new June releases and give you our thoughts on Jurassic World Dominion. So we're going to run through all of that, and I'm going to shoot it back to Victoria for the news. We're going to start off with the box office breakdown.
I'd be trying to let people know that we're live.
Let's get this started.
All right. So, box office movies. So, obviously, this past weekend, Jurassic World Dominion came out. No matter what the movie was like, it did make the most money, $141.5 million. And then we still have the movie star king, Tom Cruise, in second place for Top Gun Maverick at $51.9 million. And this one was a shock to me that it was still making money, but Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness made 5.2 this past weekend. And The Bad Guys and Bob's Burgers tied at 2.5. I know we all saw Jurassic World. What do you guys think?
Gabe, I'll let you start out first because I feel like I've talked enough about it, at least online, about what my opinions were on this movie. So I'll let you kick us off. What do you think of the box office, and what do you think of the movie in general?
I think that box office is back in a sense, right? I think, but maybe a little bit tapered, all right? Because it is Jurassic Park. It is that franchise. It is dinosaurs. So you're going to have kids from all ages going to go see, T-Rex on the big screen, Brontosaurus, what have you. At the same time, the movie wasn't that good. I didn't like it. I thought it was the weakest of all the Jurassic Parks. And coming out, the CineScore was also reflected that. A lot of people didn't like it. But you hear Jurassic World, people are going to go see it. It didn't open in China. So to make the type of money that it made without China, it's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think either way you put dinosaurs on screen, it's going to make money. All the Jurassic Park movies, the world movies, everybody has some sort of nostalgia for the filmmaking involved. Steven Spielberg. The first Jurassic World movie did gangbusters, did crazy numbers at the box office. It opened at $205 million, which was pretty damn big at the time being. The only other film that had done that was the first Avengers. We are 3 movies into this franchise now, and they have not done anything different. This is not a good movie. It's not the worst movie I've seen this year. There's a lot of entertaining moments, and I think the legacy cast really does a good job of bringing their A game, but this is a bad film. This is poorly directed. The only loser in this scenario is the audience, because we go to see these movies expecting greatness, the greatness that was left behind.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Before you disagree, let me get my thought. Jurassic Park is one of the greatest movies ever made. I think everybody is in agreement on that. Before you're trying to go Stephen A. Smith on me over there. All right? Jurassic Park is one of the greatest movies ever made. Why can't we nail a sequel? I think Jurassic World comes pretty damn close. Mm-hmm. But as these movies go on, they get worse and worse. I would rather watch The Lost World. I'd rather watch Jurassic Park 3. Any movie over this one. I think this is the worst one in the series. And I didn't even like Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, we all come to see dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs look great. But this movie's about giant mosquitoes. I don't give a shit about giant mosquitoes. And then we haven't even talked about Chris Pratt in this, which I'm sure we'll get into. But overall, I think it's impressive because the movies are back. The box office is back. That's what we want. Everything else in this movie, not very good.
Those baby
Listen.
dinosaurs, they were good.
Right. Listen, I just want to say, like, I'm not going to Jurassic Park, Jurassic World for a fucking cinematic Oscar-worthy performance like you just said. I don't give a
But the
rat's
first
ass
one is an
about
Oscar-winning movie, so why wouldn't you?
because I don't really
What you're
care.
describing is what the movie is. It's
No.
just bad, blown up
It's a
summer
book.
filmmaking.
It's a blockbuster movie.
And you
It was
can do a
based on
good box office blockbuster movie.
no. That's not what Universal's going for. Universal is going for big money. Big Universal is
And
just
was
going.
Top Gun not going for big money?
Yeah,
It was
they're
going
all
for big
going
money,
for big
and
money.
it's also a good movie, right? Which I also think is the most impressive thing from this box office thing we just ran down right
That's
now.
what I think.
Top
too.
Gun 2 is sitting in second place, 51 million, and a 30% drop. It keeps dropping only by 30%, which is something that nobody had expected out of this, right? The Batman comes out, does really good numbers. Doctor Strange kind of underperforms. It still does pretty damn good. But Top Gun is blowing it out of the water every single week. The CineScore for this is not good. Audience members do not like this movie. They like critics hate this movie. I know Rotten Tomatoes has the audience score at about 80%, but we all know that the Rotten Tomato score that could be, fluctuated a lot. But I think the biggest problem with this film is that it's lazy filmmaking. It's lazy acting, especially from Chris Pratt. The only people that are trying in this movie are Bryce Dallas Howard and the legacy characters. The effects look great because you come to these movies expecting the effects to look great.
This is the same type of franchise that you get from like Fast and the Furious. That's what you expect. I'm sorry.
But there's a big difference. There's quality to the Fast and Furious movies. The audience members and the critics recognize it. They give them their flowers. Those movies all have 80 to 90% critic ratings, right? They all do great at the box office. They get dumber and dumber, but the audience keeps coming back.
Yeah, and that's what Jurassic World is getting dumber and dumber. The only problem I had with this movie is that there wasn't enough dinosaurs for me.
So the first, second, and third film, there's major declines in the box office. Steep declines from Jurassic World to Fallen Kingdom to this one. You can't follow up a decent movie with a mediocre movie and then an even worse movie. You should.
Hollywood does it all the time.
Colin Trevorrow, who directed this film, has been giving so many handouts from every studio. He was supposed to do Star Wars. He's supposed to do so many different franchises. Maybe he's a talented guy, but he should not be given the keys to such big films if he's not going to deliver the goods. There's directors that deliver the goods. The director of Top Gun delivered the goods. We just had the Batman, Matt Reeves, delivered the goods. Sam Raimi with Doctor Strange. This is Jurassic World, one of the biggest IPs in Hollywood. There's no excuse for being mediocre. You can be a great summer movie and also be a lot of fun. It doesn't need to be Oscar winning, but it needs to be really fucking good. And this movie is not. It's anything but.
Well, no, I agree it's anything but what I disagree with you is that you think that this movie should be some sort of like Oscar winner like the first one.
That. I said it should be really good. Every film should aspire to be as good as its predecessor.
Listen, we go to movies in the summer for big blockbuster dumb movies. We go to see Transformers. We go to see
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Gabe enjoys Chris Pratt doing this.
I never said I enjoyed Chris Pratt doing that. I mean, he's squinting like he's like searching for a street sign the entire time.
He does it to
like he needs glasses.
Big ass dinosaurs. Sure, it works on the Velociraptors.
Like that would be like the
fucking dinosaurs now.
It would be the perfect endorsement for LensCrafters. Need glasses? Here you go. Here's Chris Pratt. Squinting his eyes away.
This is something that not a lot of reviews are saying because I think a lot of them are afraid to say it. He's bad in this film, and I love Chris Pratt. I think he's so charismatic. I know he gets a lot of hate online for his political beliefs, but come on. I mean, that's somebody's personal life.
Listen,
doesn't matter.
Give me I want fat Chris Pratt back. Give me Parks and Rec Chris Pratt.
I do miss chubby Chris Pratt. Yeah, but no, dude, like the first Jurassic World, he was great. Guardians, he's great. Like, he's great in Zero Dark 30. He's a really good actor. Here, it looks like he's walking on to do a Tommy Hilfiger ad and then walk off. Everything he's wearing is just designer clothing and making really weird faces where he looks constipated. He has next to no lines, and he's become a video game character in this. Not good. Right. He brings the movie down from mediocre to bad. Again, not the worst movie I've seen this year. I think that it definitely goes to Morbius or Texas Chainsaw. But I would put
Morbius ahead of this one.
Really?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
you remember I had to walk out of Morbius for 5 minutes.
I think on my letterbox I put Morbius ahead of this.
I don't know. I was still entertained by this. Like, as much crap as I'm saying, there's still scenes in here that work. There's still really cool things in here. The whole chase sequence with Bryce Dallas Howard, like her scenes are all great.
Well,
But
it's because it's Bryce Dallas Howard. I mean,
she's a great actress, and she's very talented. And then the legacy characters were really good. Sam Neill coming back was back in form. I thought I love his character. I love Alan Grant, but everything else just doesn't work for me, man. I don't want to see another Jurassic Park movie. I really don't, unless it's going to be some
get a different like dinosaur franchise that's not Jurassic Park. Like, what's Land After Time doing nowadays?
Time.
Well, let's reboot that one.
Let's reboot Land Before Time.
A live action Land Before Time.
Dinosaur.
Bring back Ducky.
Let's do it.
I love
that. Even Victoria's saying Dinosaur. That's a great movie too. Well, like, I'm not hating on these movies. If you love Jurassic World Dominion, like, that's awesome. That's what the movies are about. Like, loving what you love. But I can't watch another one of these. I can't sit there and do it, man. I know you're saying it's dumb fun. I can't sit there and watch this again. It's all the same thing. All three of these movies are the exact same movie done 3 times. They got to change it up. They got to bring something fresh. That's not weird human cloning stuff or giant locusts. But anyway,
God.
I think I'm done with Jurassic Park. Rant over.
Right.
All right.
I agree with this.
Take my money in the Land Before Time.
Connor says this.
Primal Rage. Hey, well, you can do a lot of things with the dinosaur concept. I think you're onto something. All right, what's our next topic, Victoria? Let's move on to the.
Hold up my graphic.
We have another news topic of the day. This is something that just dropped yesterday.
So, as you can probably see from the picture, and people have probably heard, Variety first reported that Lady Gaga was in early negotiations to join Joker, the second movie, which is going to be titled Folie à Deux. I'm part French-ish, so you're welcome. She was set to probably play Harley Quinn, and another big thing about this movie is that it's going to be a musical. First bubbled after the director Todd Phillips posted the screenplay to Instagram on June 7th. But yeah, so refers to a shared delusional disorder. The title, Joker's only real companion other than Batman, is obviously Harley Quinn, which was first created in the early 90s. So Tony, we'll start with you. What do you think about Lady Gaga joining?
So this is news that we knew this movie was happening for a while. We knew there was talks of it happening for a very long time. Joker made $1 billion, right? It's a fine movie. I don't get the hate on either sides for it. I think it's beautifully shot. I don't think he should have won the Oscar, but I knew the sequel was happening because the movie made way too much money for its own good, right? This is shocking to me, though. The idea that Joker 2 is a musical. At first, I was scratching my head on it, but I love Lady Gaga. I think she's a fantastic actress. And I don't think you can do anything else with this now franchise other than something fresh and different. You can't do the Taxi Driver thing again. So I'm on board. I like musicals. I'm excited for this now. I think this is something new and different that you couldn't have done with the first movie. And I think this can improve upon everything that they did before.
What about you, Gabe? What do you think?
I'm at a loss for words. I honestly do not think we need a Joker 2. I think the way that the first one ended was perfect. I don't give a flying rat's ass that the first one made $1 billion. The way he ended it, as that it could have been the Joker, it couldn't have been, was fucking perfect. Like, why mess with perfection? And on top of that, you're gonna give me a fucking musical? Are you fucking kidding me? A musical? Fuck that. The only good musical out there is, I don't know, none of them is what I'm
gonna let
saying.
You finish your rant because this is the most inaccurate opinion, and no opinion is wrong. But I'm seeing a lot of stuff.
Apparently, you're saying my fucking opinion is wrong.
I already got the heat for it, so I'll let you finish.
No, because it just doesn't make sense. And then you're gonna bring in Lady Gaga and having I don't get what DC sometimes thinks. Like, oh yeah, let's have fucking 3 Harley Quinns going on We're gonna
Well,
have
we don't
Lady
know if she's
Gaga.
Harley Quinn yet. We don't know.
We're gonna have Margot Robbie, and then we have the animated Harley Quinn by fucking Lake Bell that plays her. Like, how many fucking Harley Quinns do you need? How many Jokers do you need? We got the Batman Joker. We're gonna have the Joker fucking.
I agree with
Joker.
you on that point. But I also think the superhero market's so overcrowded. I don't need to see any more for a few years.
Like,
But
I don't need to see more Joker. I don't need to see more Joker. Like, stop giving me the Joker.
True.
And
This is
then
where I
give me
disagree
a
with you.
fucking Joker that sings. Like, really? I know Joaquin Phoenix is an excellent singer from I Walk the Line. I know Lady Gaga is great. But I don't want to see them fucking singing there dressed up as fucking superheroes.
Okay, so this is my take real quick, because I've seen this online a lot, and I think anybody that has this opinion that musical sucks has not seen many musicals, and maybe they should expand upon that before throwing that opinion out. And I've told you this 1,000 times, because I've shown you musicals, and you've liked every single one that I've shown you. You say musicals suck, and then I say, hey, watch this movie, and you go, that was pretty good. So musicals can't suck. It's that you think they suck because you haven't seen nearly enough. And what they can do with this
I've seen enough musicals to know that they suck.
No. And I'm going to disagree. Again, Joker pulls a lot from Martin Scorsese movies, right? It's pretty much a remake of Taxi Driver. It does a lot of things with the king of comedy. Todd Phillips loves Martin Scorsese for some fucking reason. He's jerking him off every second of that movie. Martin Scorsese has made a few musicals. And from what I'm seeing is that this is going to be a riff on New York, New York, which is a major Martin Scorsese musical. But something that I know that can work for this, and again, I'm not the biggest fan of the first movie, but what can really, really work for this movie is that there's so many sequences in that first film where so many things are in his head. So who's to think that, again, the title refers to a mental disorder that is shared between two people, right? That's what the title is. Obviously, that's probably Harley Quinn or some sort of creation that's a riff on Harley Quinn, because Todd Phillips isn't doing a straight-up adaptation. That first movie was not like the comic books or The Killing Joke at all. What I'm thinking is that a lot of the musical aspects, if any, are in this film, and I'm guessing there's like 3, is going to take more of an Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind route, where most of it is in his head. People hear the term musical and then blow it out of proportion. That it's Hairspray.
In the Heights.
It's In the Heights. Fucking Brian De Palma's done musicals. There's so many. There's Repo, the Genetic Opera. You could do dark material and have musical sequence that makes sense within the story. If it makes sense within the story, it's going to be good. It's not going to be like Joker's going to shoot somebody in the face and start singing about how happy he is. Maybe he is, and that's very Joker-like.
He probably is. It's Todd Phillips.
From what I'm gathering is this is very much going to be Badlands or Natural Born Killers with a musical twist, because if these two people are fucking crazy, of course they're going to dance around and sing. That's what the Harley Quinn and the Joker do anyway. So if we have like 3 sequences of them doing musical numbers, I don't know, it's kind of within the character for the first time
Listen,
ever.
they're not going to go out and say it's a fucking musical and just do 3 musical numbers. I don't know what you think.
It has 4 musical numbers. It's a great film. 4 musical numbers. And more than, I would say, 3 musical numbers.
The first one, he was already in his head. In the first movie, he's already in his head. So why are we going to get a second one where he's again in his head thinking about this relationship with Harley Quinn or whoever she's going to be, and his head again? Like, we already had that. The entire first movie was in his head.
What do you want from Joker 2? Because
Nothing.
the well has been drained.
I don't want a Joker 2.
No, nobody does. Nobody does, because not everybody likes that movie. It's not a great film. But there's a lot of people that want to go see it. We want to go see it. It was a shocking film. Quality or not, it was a shocking film, right? We can all agree to that. They did a lot of shocking things with the material. It made a ton of money, and it doesn't matter what you want or what I want. Movie business is about making money, right? WB's in it for money. They've had a shakeup recently with studio executives, and they wanted, from the get-go, Joker 2. Joker made over $1 billion on a $70 million budget. You'd be fucking crazy not to make a sequel to this. 1. 2, you're not going to get Joaquin Phoenix back for a sequel because he doesn't do sequels, and he didn't even want to do the film in the first place. What drew him to the material was the character study aspects. Good for him. The only way you're going to get him back is by doing something unique and twisted and different. I don't know what this movie is going to be like, and I'm not trying to defend it, but what I will defend is that you can do a really good, dark musical and also have it be a great comic book film. And who knows? I think they might nail it. And I could bet you any money, I think Joker 2 is going to be way better than the first one. Because I think there's going to be some real originality here. And not go, Let's just do King of Comedy. Now let's do Taxi Driver. You know, it worked when we did King of Comedy, so let's do that again. I think he could do something unique. Lady Gaga is one of the best up-and-coming actresses right now, aside from being a great talent as a singer. So why not do this? Why not? It makes sense. Lady Gaga's friends with Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper produced the first Joker movie. They're all tight-knit. Todd Phillips was given the keys to the kingdom. Here, do whatever you want with the Joker character. Listen, I don't think he's the greatest director, but I think this idea is going to work with the spirit of what that character is. I think a lot of people are against the idea because they don't like musicals, or so they say they don't like musicals. Opinion done.
People say that they don't like musicals because they don't like musicals. You tell me what's
they haven't seen enough musicals.
Tell me what's the last musical to be like number one in the 60s?
Man,
you know who?
I agree.
You know,
I'd be hype if Lady Gaga given it.
You know who likes musicals?
This is Lady Gaga.
Your grandparents like musicals. Your grandparents like musicals.
That's what musicals have been since the beginning of the film industry. Singing in the Rain. Come on, man. These are great movies. The thing is, you don't like
the 60s or the 50s.
You don't like old movies. You don't like old movies, but again, every time I've showed you an old film or a musical, you go, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I remember you were pretty big on In the Heights.
I wasn't that big into it.
You're officially the Stephen A. Smith of this show. Tony, would you be interested in Rachel McAdams as Pamela Voorhees? I would see her go that on Hitch. I love Rachel McAdams. She's one of my favorite actresses. Yeah, she's Canadian too. She's awesome.
She got that mo.
Some people say it gets bigger every year, but yeah.
Dude, I swear okay, I know we're going a little bit off topic here, but when we were watching her in Doctor Strange, yes. I was like, that shit got bigger. That mole got bigger. That is like freaking Austin Powers mole big. Get in there.
Damn.
Yeah. But Tony's a hater. She's the best. I froze up for a second. Let's move on to the next topic. I'm done with my Joker rant. I think this is great news. I mean, the movie's going to make a ton of money. I'm not a big fan of the first one.
I bet you it won't make any money. It's not going to make any money.
It's not going to make $1 billion again because a couple of people
it's
online...
It's going to flop. It's going to flop.
And then watch it anyway.
It's going to flop, and then we're going to have to go on Flopbusters and try to redeem this flop.
It's not going to flop, though.
It's going to flop.
Like, it's honestly, this movie is printing money just because they put the DC stamp of Joker being in it, which has been the hottest character ever, maybe more than Batman.
You know how many WB movies have flopped? How many super DC movies have flopped? A lot of almost a lot
only
of
the
them.
ones with the name Zack Snyder attached to them.
So,
all right.
Anyway, let's move on.
All right, y'all are haters.
Here's
tonight.
a topic
this
for
is
Gabe.
like real beef tonight. I feel like out of nowhere.
Victoria, what's our next news story?
Well, we're not straying away from DC too far. And I know this is one Gabe wanted to add into the show, but HBO Max just announced there's going to be a new Batman animated movie, and he is Aztec Mexican Batman. So I'm going to go to Gabe first. What do you think?
Gabe begged for this to be on the show, by the way, so we had to let him have it.
I did because it wasn't in the show notes. I am so freaking psyched for this. The entire name is Batman Azteca Choque de Imperios, which is basically means Clash of Emperors. It's gonna basically be it's gonna center in Mesoamerica, so back in the Aztec times. So it's gonna borrow from Batman's origin story and follow a young Aztec boy as he trains in like the temple of the Bat God. So it's awesome. What I think they're doing really well, and I'm not going to be a hater for this, but what they're doing very, very well.
It's a musical.
No, it's not a musical. Is that they've actually brought in an expert on Mesoamerican studies who's going to be working closely with DC to ensure that there's indigenous representation rightfully portrayed in this film. So I know you sent me the codes for the Long Halloween, and I love that. I really like the animated Batman stuff. I sometimes think it's even better than the live action. So I am super, super excited for this. Not only is Batman going to Mexico, it's they're doing it right. So I'm again excited for it.
This was an idea when you were showing it to me, and I hadn't seen the news, and then I read the article and stuff. This is something I didn't know I needed, but it's cool. It's interesting. It's a good different take. DC's always doing something interesting, new, refreshing with their animation, whether it's adapting old storylines or doing something like the anime Batman they had done. I like this idea. It's perfect for HBO Max, which is trying to
Right.
ramp up its animation catalog, original films. Big thumbs up. I'm excited to see what this is. And I love the DC animation. Like, seriously, they put out really good quality shit. So
Right.
I'm happy
And
about it.
the way that Batman looks, you know, from the headlines, like that's if that's going to be the suit, that looks badass.
I like it.
I would get that tattooed on me, like that Batman ass, like Batman that looks like badass.
Yeah. I got nothing else to add, man. I'm with you on this one. I think this
We don't
one's
know
good.
too much yet, right?
All right. What's the next one, Victoria?
All right. Something else that also just dropped recently, and I was told to add very last minute, was the first teaser of Sylvester Stallone's new TV show, Tulsa King. I think it drops November 13th, something around that time. Tony and my dad both share their love of Sylvester Stallone, so what do we think? I didn't watch it yet, but I'm guessing you did.
Oh,
So,
I watched this trailer the other day, and this is a show I had heard about for quite some time. Actually, I heard about this show years ago.
yeah.
So this is something that's been in the works for a very long time. Taylor Sheridan made Sicario. He wrote that. He's created Yellowstone, which is one of the hottest shows on TV as well as Paramount Plus. And the teaser is perfect. I'm very excited for this, and it's the perfect role for Sly to take in his older years. He doesn't have to do the big action hero stuff, but there's a lot of great TV veterans in this, from the executive producers of The Sopranos. Tulsa King is something that's gonna, itch that Breaking Bad itch that show's left behind. Ozarks. I'm excited for this. This is something that I didn't know I needed, and then I read about, and all these years later, finally got a teaser for it. So I had to add that into the show notes because I thought it looked really cool.
I'm gonna quickly add this comment in that Mia just left. I guess there's rumors of Amber Heard, I'm guessing in Aquaman 2, being replaced with Nicole Kidman. This is the first time hearing
That would be, she plays Aquaman's mom, so maybe her
Mhm.
scenes could be replaced with her. I don't know. I've heard that Amber's still on board. According to WB, Amber's still on board, but I guess we'll see when the movie drops for sure.
All right,
Right.
Go ahead.
Just real quick though, we gotta get in the sponsor. We got Mountain Dew Baja Gold. They actually sent me a 12 pack of this. So there's they didn't like my review.
Ours didn't make it, I don't think.
Well, they didn't like my review on TikTok because I said I probably won't have this again. So they sent me a 12 pack, and we're gonna have to try it out again.
Period.
As long as you give everything a second chance, right? That's all what it's about.
Except musicals.
Now you got to give musicals a second chance. What are your thoughts? Gabe, did you watch the teaser?
I did not watch the teaser, but I got to tell you something. And if it has Sylvester Stallone, I'm in for anything that he does. I have a soft spot for the 80s action heroes. So Sly Stone, Arnold, Van Damme, even Dolph Lundgren. If they're in it, I'm going to watch it because, and especially Sly. I'm a Sly over Arnold type of person. And
Same.
so, Sly has like a soft spot in my heart. So it looks interesting. I did see the teaser, like the print. I didn't see the video, but it looks interesting. I'm definitely going to check it out when it comes out.
I had a cat named Sly.
Sweet. I was doing the whole over the top thing. I saw Cody reference it, and I love over the top. So I know I'm a mess tonight. All right, let's go on to the next news topic. Victoria, what's the next thing on our list?
So we have a lot of superhero stuff tonight, I feel like. So Collider dropped, I don't know how recent it was, that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is of course the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, has cast Jason Schwartzman as the movie's villain, The Spot, who was first introduced in 1985 in Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man number 98. And of course, he's immediately recognizable by his body being entirely white, covered in black dots. I hope this is a recent photo. I've honestly never seen this man in my life.
This is Nicolas Cage's cousin.
Love you, Mr. Jason, but I don't know who you are. What do you guys think?
You've never seen Jason Schwartzman?
He's a great actor, man. He does a lot of work with Paul Anderson. Wes Anderson.
Whatever. Wes Anderson. I like him as an actor. I think he has a very unique voice. So if they're doing, obviously so it's going to be good. I think he'll be good at it.
My friend Rachel is not very happy with me for not knowing who Jason Schwartz is.
Well, yeah, I bet she's got shrines of that guy. This character that he's playing is very important to the film. It pretty much can open other universes. So,
all right.
Yeah, he was in Scott Pilgrim.
He was in Scott Pilgrim. He's Gideon in that, and he's always the hipstery sort of quirky guy. But he's great. He's part of the Coppola family. His mom is Talia Shire from Rocky. That's Adrian. So that's his mom.
Adrian.
I'm very excited about this. I'm so excited about Across the Spider-Verse. The first film was amazing. The animation style was so cool. It changes everything because now everybody's trying to rip off that animation. I'm so excited for these sequels, man. I think this is perfect casting. I love him. I like when he pops up and stuff. And the fact that he's playing the main villain is going to be so cool.
Yeah. I definitely agree.
All right. Let's quickly move on to our next topic. Victoria, we got something very exciting because I love this movie. So let's get this going.
So Knives Out 2, which is supposed to arrive this year, hopefully, this holiday season. The sequel finally has a title, Glass Onion, which is taken from the 1968 Beatles song of the same name. I only saw the first one last year, and it was really good. I'm trying to pull up the cast right now for this movie.
And this cast is stacked. This is a really big cast. Ethan Hawke is in there. We have Edward Norton, Dave Bautista. I'm going to get in what I think about this because I know Gabe is going to spew some hatred of Knives Out, even though I don't even think he's given the movie a proper chance. So I'm going to go ahead, say what I want to say, but I'm very excited. I think Rian Johnson's Knives Out was such a great murder mystery, cool spin on the Agatha.
Let me list the cast first, so we know what we're talking about. Because then they can give more opinions. Where are they? Oh, okay.
That's everybody. And this is, of course, Daniel Craig is returning.
Ethan Hawke, Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, Catherine Hahn, Kate Hudson, Madeline Klein, who I think I recognize, Jessica Henwick, Janelle Monáe, Leslie Odom Jr., I'm sure many more.
Kate Hudson, coming back, big return.
Yes. All right. So go ahead.
Gabe, what's your thoughts on Knives Out 2? Because I doubt you're interested.
I'm not interested at all. I don't know. The first one was so boring to me. I fell asleep, and I usually don't fall asleep in movies. And I did. I fell asleep. I woke up. I was like, "What the fuck went on?" All right, whatever. On to the next one. I don't need a sequel. I don't need a Knives Out 2.
You should watch Knives Out again. Give it a proper chance.
And then especially titled off of a Beatles song, another band that's overrated. Yeah, no, I don't need none of this. I'm not there for none of that.
We should get this hater off the show tonight. Let's just move on to the next topic already. God damn it. This is something maybe we agree on. I don't know, but
I think Tony's excited for this one.
I would admit, I'm really excited for this movie because there's a lot of talent behind it.
The first photo of Ryan Gosling as Ken and Greta Gerwig's Barbie, which of course is also starring Margot Robbie as Barbie. Let's take a second to leave that on the screen, please.
Everybody take that in.
There we go.
So I'm hearing that this movie, from people inside on the inside, that this is one of the best screenplays to come out of Hollywood in a very, very long time. Greta Gerwig, who did Lady Bird, is in charge of this. Obviously, Margot Robbie is playing Barbie. The cast is stacked. I hear it's a lot like The Truman Show.
That's what I was gonna say.
I can't wait to see this.
When's it out? Next year?
I believe it's next summer. It's going to be WB's one of their big summer movies that they're trying to push out there. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, I am so in from the very beginning.
This is in for.
Oh yeah, since they casted Margot Robbie, I'm like, oh, I am in for Barbie. Like, give me all of Barbie. Like, give me the Barbie dream house, the Barbie Corvette, the Barbie boat.
We should just buy the toys for the movie. We'll make videos on the toys. We'll just become the biggest Barbie fan.
Teacher Barbie,
Yeah.
You know what though? You know what's the missed opportunity though is that they should have had like Jason Momoa as like Hawaiian Ken, and then you have Ryan Gosling as Suburban Ken, and then you grab whatever Simu Limu, whatever his name is.
He's in the movie.
Eddie Ken.
He's in the movie.
Right.
He is. He's playing a variant of Ken. They're kind of doing that.
So
concept,
it's a multiverse
Jason Momoa
Barbie?
Would be a great Ken as well.
Bringing Hawaiian Ken, and surfing and shit. Like, he's perfect. I wanted to bring him back, Lee Majors. because Lee Majors and Barbie had like a run-in before Ken came in.
There's probably a lot of cool things that they're doing with this concept, which excites me because this movie's been in the works for a very long time. Up until recently, where they got Margot as executive producer, brought on Greta Gerwig. So there's a lot of talent behind this, and it looks really fun.
It does, and it should, and it needs to have Barbie Girl by Aqua in this. It has to be somewhere in this movie. Like it has to play. At least in the trailer.
I thought I saw somebody say that it wouldn't be in the movie,
I
but the
did see
movie
that
is still
too.
filming, so who knows?
Y'all don't know
There's still a
nothing.
lot of time between now and then, and at least it's got to play in the trailer at some point, right?
Right.
So, all right, Victoria, what is our next news? This is actually the last one, I believe.
The last news before we're going to move on to talk more about 2 other shows and another movie, I think. So we have Stranger Things Season 4 Part 2, obviously premiering on July 1st, I believe. These are some photos that were recently shared of it. I know you guys are big fans of it. You've seen it from the beginning. What do we think of the first part, and the upcoming part?
Gabe, I'll let you go first on this, honestly, because I know you like the show a lot, but I know you like this season a bit more than the last.
I do like season 4 a lot. I've somebody pointed out to me, and by somebody I mean Jess pointed out to me that I said that I hated Stranger Things, and it's only because of you guys that I say that I loved it. But I told her, and I think I've told you, I hated season 2. It was rough. Like I started watching season 2, stopped watching it midway through, and then didn't pick it up until like 2 years later before season 3 came out. But as far as season 4 is concerned, I do think it's stronger, and I love it more than season 3. It's giving me a lot more variety. And then everybody's favorite guy, what's its name? Eddie or whatever his name is?
Yep, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie. What's his last name? I forget.
Munson. Eddie Munson.
Is it supposed to be like Munster?
It sounds like it.
You know what it reminds me of is the dude. God damn it, Kingpin. Oh, you just Munson that up.
Yep.
So I don't know. I really like season 3, or season 4. So I'm really looking forward to the second half of season 4. I can't wait until that comes out July 1st.
Also, I just want to point out this comment because I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, we could jump to the Marilyn Monroe thing because I got some thoughts on that.
Oh, well, you want to finish talking about Stranger Things too?
Real quick, I'll give my thoughts on Stranger Things. This is the last topic of the day. I'm really excited over Stranger Things season 4, guys.
Roy Munson.
The remaining chapters are going to be awesome. The last 2 episodes, I believe, are pushing 2.5 hours each. So cool. I love every season. Actually, really adore season 2. And I honestly, to me, season 3 might be the weakest. But I love the show from the very first day that it aired. Vecna is the best villain of the series. I love the overall horror tones, the Freddy Krueger references, everything in this. I don't think everybody is safe by the end of this season, and that's what excites me more is that they're taking risks.
I do hope.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Gabe.
No, go ahead, Victoria.
I was just going to add quickly that I have most people who, if you watch my stream, The Final Ghouls, I have made a comment before that I have not seen the rest of Stranger Things, but I have been watching this season, and I don't know what the rest of them have been like, but I feel like this season specifically has been extremely horror-centric. Like, it seems like a scary show. I don't know. I think Vecna's really creepy, and I think I definitely have to go back and watch the other ones now.
No, this season is definitely scarier than the last ones. I definitely give you that for sure. And then I love the Freddy references all throughout. And like you said, I feel like they have to kill a kid. You know,
y'all want a kid to die?
I do want a kid to die. That's what I look forward to when there's like a kid in a horror movie. I look forward to the kid dying. Give me a kid dying. Fuck those kids. Like Michael Jordan said, fuck them kids.
Well, that's what made the first It so good, right? That it took those risks, like all those things from the book that made the book so vicious, and it brought it to the big screen in such a unique and cool way. I want to give reference to what Brett was talking about earlier with Ana de Armas and her Marilyn Monroe movie, Blonde, which has been in production for a very long time. This is from the director of Killing Them Softly. It's NC-17, and this is one of the only movies that Netflix, which is notorious for, here's some money, go make your movie, we don't give a shit what it is, they are not pleased with this movie. They want it to be cut down to an R. They fought with the director for a very long time. From what I know now, the movie is NC-17. It is coming out. It's going to be a very raw, very non-fictional portrayal of her life, pretty much shot for shot, as real as they can get, and all the glitz and the glamour and the everything that came with it, including her affairs. So this is going to be an interesting film. I love her as an actress.
I didn't know about that they were doing that.
It's such an interesting casting choice, but I'm also really excited to see what this is because I've heard nothing but crazy things about it behind the scenes, and now we're finally getting it to come out on Netflix. So I think this is an interesting film for sure.
For sure. I think this is the first time I've ever heard of it, but I'm for it. I like Marilyn Monroe. I think her backstory is very sad.
Exactly.
And so doing and you couldn't expect less, nakedness from Ana de Armas. I feel like every movie that she's in, she's showing off.
Except Knives Out. She's very toned down in that. She's very much playing like a, goody two shoes and whatnot.
Right. No, but other than that, I mean, the one with Keanu Reeves, Knock Knock and all that stuff. But anyways, having a biopic basically of Marilyn Monroe would be, because there have been some, but they don't play up the affairs, or they don't play up the hardships that she went through. They just like to show the good things. But she struggled most of her adult life. From what I've heard, rumors that she was gay, or she was lesbian at some points, or whatever the case may be. So I wonder if they're gonna put any of that. I wonder if that's true, or they're gonna make sense of it all basically at the end of this.
Yeah, it's going to be such an interesting biopic, and I think it looks like one that's going to take some real risk. I like biopics, but I know a lot of them are by the numbers. We got Elvis coming out next week, which I think will be good. I think Austin Butler looks good, but I can tell what it's going to be.
Dave does not look excited.
Rhapsody.
No, there's a hot take. You know what? I'm going to do my hot take.
On Elvis, so I'll let him have his hot take of the day. He's had a lot of them today.
No, because I have an issue with Elvis. Yes. Elvis stole black music, and it's been said. And I know that you don't like to get political on the show and stuff like that, but there was an interview with Ray Charles that was done in the late 90s or early 90s, late 80s, where he basically said, listen, the reason why Elvis got so famous is because he took our music. He took my music. He took Little Richard's music, and he made it safe for the people in Memphis or in Alabama, for the people in all these places to dance to it. He's like, when Nat King Cole was doing this in the 50s in Alabama, he got arrested. But then you have a white guy doing the exact same dance moves to the exact same music, and the people loved them. That's Ray Charles. That's what he said. I am quoting Ray Charles on what
I don't disagree with you. But we have to.
So I'm with Ray Charles on that. I can't say I love Elvis because I know what Elvis is, in that sense. Plus, he was going out with his 14-year-old cousin. That's just creepy. Why you're 25 years old going out with your 14-year-old cousin?
That was the thing back then. The dude that sang Great Balls of Fire. They made a whole movie about, the movie Great Balls of Fire, about that dude dating his cousin too. Dating your cousin was just the fad back then. It's a built-in relationship. We got to give respect to Elvis though, because the guy died on the toilet eating a peanut butter and cocaine sandwich, right? So that's the worst way to go out.
Can you say peanut butter and cocaine?
Peanut butter and cocaine sandwich. Yeah, I think Elvis looks fine. I think Blonde, I think it's called, will be great though. I think that's going to be really cool.
I didn't know that was happening. So.
Yeah. Cool. So I want to transition. That was the news. I want to transition to something that Gabe has seen. We did not make a
chance.
You
guys want to talk about Miss Marvel first? Did you guys both watch
Gabe,
it?
Did you catch up on Miss Marvel? Have you been?
I watched the first episode. I did not watch yesterday's episode because of work. But we could talk about Miss Marvel.
Let's talk about it real quick. I haven't caught up either, but I did watch episode 1, so we can reference that. Let's get a little bit of Marvel love on here. What did you think of Miss Marvel so far?
So far with Miss Marvel, I like the direction it's going to. I know there's been a lot of hate online because it's Kamala Khan is portraying Miss Marvel, so there's a lot of hate towards that, which I don't care. Just give me more superhero stuff, not in musical form. Give me more music. Give me more superhero stuff. Um, but I like it so far. You know, I thought the first episode was pretty solid. I like how they developed the backstory of her family and how she butts heads with, you know, a fairly traditional, you know, Muslim mother and father, and her trying to, since she's Americanized, trying to break free from her family.
They're Hindu.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Or
watching
Hindu.
it.
I'm sorry.
So this is essentially like Lizzie McGuire or something aimed at teen girls, but with superpowers, but also really, really well written. I think this is one of Marvel's better shows, and I think something that goes wrong with their Disney Plus shows is that they're very good, but also very forgettable. But I really loved Hawkeye. I think this is onto a fantastic start. I heard episode 2 is even better. I like what I'm seeing so far. So I like Kamala Khan. I like that character. I think she's such a great character. The actress portraying her is doing a fantastic job. So charismatic. The family is so funny. So far I'm on board with Miss Marvel. This is I can't wait to watch the new episode this weekend. So I'm on board.
Yeah, me neither. And you know what I really like about it is like they take it from like a fan perspective, right? Like she is a fan of the Avengers.
Exactly.
She's not like, you know, it's not like, oh, these powers were bestowed upon you just by accident, like, and which they are, but like she was already a fan. She already knows, you know, the Hulk, Thor, you know, and all that. So like that's a pretty cool aspect that they bring to it.
Yeah, no, that's one of the aspects that makes that character so unique, so cool, and very, very relatable. So I'm with you on it. I think we both, Miss Marvel, thumbs up on that one.
I want to quickly address this comment from one of our viewers, who it's also his birthday today, Cody Snyder.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Once I liked this question a lot because we were just talking about those kind of movies. So I'll let you guys go. Favorite biopic,
and the Val Kilmer one's a great pick from the movie The Doors. For me, it probably, I mean, we talked about Joaquin. I gotta think it's gonna be Joaquin from Walk the Line, or Chadwick Boseman from Get On Up. I thought those were two very unique and wild performances that most actors wouldn't go for, but I think they do. They both bring a fresh perspective to the biopic genre.
Right.
They didn't do the Remy Malek thing, just put a bunch of fake teeth in their mouth and act ridiculous.
So Cody, you're gonna inspire me to make maybe this Saturday in my top 5 favorite biopics. You know, music biopics of all
time.
Great
video idea.
And so I'm gonna put that on my TikTok on Saturday, Saturday evening because I work in the morning. But anyways, for me. And it's gonna, and both of I got 2, and I can't. My first one has to be Lou Diamond Phillips and La Bamba. My God, I love Lou Diamond Phillips as Richie Valens and La Bamba growing up. Like, you know,
every Mexican kid wants to be Bob. Every Mexican wanted to be Bob.
I wanted to be Bob so bad. Oh my God. And then my second one, and it's also based on my musical preferences. I got to go with the cast of Straight Outta Compton. Those guys fucking killed it. Like, you know, O'Shea Jackson as Ice Cube, you know, you had Dr. Dre, the guy that played Eazy-E. Like, they all killed it. Like, I really thought that was Dre, Cube, Eazy-E. Like, so
There's
those
a movie
two.
I've been talking about showing to Victoria. She has not seen it, and I love that movie so much. It's so fucking good. Straight Outta Compton.
Yes.
You have to show her Straight Outta Compton. Like, you guys should watch that tonight. It is so good.
Like, literally tonight.
Like
right after Lightyear.
Like the way it starts.
It's perfect.
You know, it's perfect. But yes, those would be about the 2 that I would say are my favorite. And they're gonna make my list. Like, I'm just spoiler alert. It's those 2 are gonna be on my list. La Bamba and Straight Outta Compton.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. So yeah, I wanted to talk about Miss Marvel. Name drop that one real quick.
Move it back to me.
I'm sorry.
I said move it back to me. I thought you were going to talk about what Gabe saw last night.
Yeah. Go right ahead. What did Gabe see last night?
Well, we were all supposed to see it last night, but something came up. Me and Tony couldn't go, but Gabe saw Blumhouse's newest film with directed by Scott Derrickson.
Directed by Scott Derrickson, yeah.
Starring Ethan Hawke, The Black Phone. I'm very jealous.
I am jealous, and it's also based off a short story by Joe Hill, who is the son of Stephen King. Really fancy.
Really?
The whole family is great writers.
Period.
So this is also from the writers of Sinister as well. So Gabe, what did you think about this movie? We've been talking about it for a very long time. It was one on our most anticipated list. All three of us have been talking about this movie and how excited we were. So, what did you think, man?
I thought it was fantastic. It's definitely is in the top 2 of my favorite horror movies of the year. I think it's head and shoulders better than Scream. And it just might come a little bit underneath X, if not right there with X. The way Ethan Hawke played the villain, oh my God, like his mannerisms where he's like, it was a chilling performance. The kid does an awesome job playing the hostage. The star of the show, though, and I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the star of the show is the kid's sister.
I keep hearing this from everybody.
She is the star. She's going to be a star, later on in life. Like, this is good. This is like her breakout performance. She's going to be in all the kids' movies, the one in the years coming. And like the whole family dynamic, you get to see like his family, not Ethan Hawke's family, but the kid's family. You just feel for them. The kid gets bullied. They all get bullied. And you just feel for them. You just have such dread for them at the beginning. And then when everything goes down, it's just like, you just feel so bad. And so like when the end comes, you're just like, oh, you have a sigh of relief. Anyways, you guys should go watch this.
I
can't wait.
I'm like, actually, I was really upset last night that we couldn't go. I was so looking forward to it.
You should have gone by yourself. You should just Uber to the movie theater.
Well, now we got to see it solo. She's probably going to go with her dad, and I'm going to go by myself next week to go see it.
He said, I'm not waiting for your
I'll have my thoughts and my review out as well, but you got me even more hyped because everybody I trust and have talked to have said this movie is phenomenal.
Yes, it is, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts on it. I am so glad I almost missed out on it as well. I am just so glad I didn't. Like I said, it's going to be it's going to go down as one of the best horror movies of the year.
Awesome, man! I can't wait. What's your final rating? Give us a rating.
I think 4.7 out of 5.
4.7. That's pretty high.
Yeah, out of 5 black phones. Like I told Jess that I wanted to get Ethan Hawke's mask for Halloween. Like that would be like awesome.
I hope that's a thing.
I hope so too.
Studios.
Hell yeah! Well, he wears a few different ones in this movie, doesn't he?
No, it's the same one.
No. Oh wow!
It's all the same one. It's like everything. Anyways, yes. So, yeah, I do have a spoiler-free review on my TikTok. So you can find all
down below as well.
All the links down below.
Real quick, make sure you're following me and Gabe on TikTok. We're posting reviews. Gabe's throwing out the reviews like crazy. A bunch of videos. I've been putting up some rankings every day, top 5s. I'll have my Lightyear reaction tonight. We're actually going to go see Lightyear after the show right now.
Fancy.
Which I'm very excited about. But yeah, follow us on TikTok for those reactions and videos. A lot of people have been watching our TikTok videos, man. We're getting a lot of subscribers from there.
Yeah. So I'm about 8 away from 100, and I did say once I reach 100, I would give out a free digital code to my 100th follower on TikTok. So whoever's my 100th.
A giveaway once they hit 300 subscribers on here as well. So
yes, we will have digital code giveaways at 300. I know Gabe's going to give some on his TikTok. I think we should give some away on the show. We have some codes for the Batman, the Northman, and X, and Scream, which, hey, those are great genre films. I mean, come on, man. Those are 4 great movies you want to own in your digital library. If you got to go on the airplane, you're taking a shit, and you want to watch a movie. If you're in, I don't know, if you're on a roller coaster, anyway, you'll be able to. I mean, for the Batman, you got to be like
3 hours.
Having food poisoning. Batman's a good movie for that one, right?
That's
if you're sitting on the toilet for 3 hours, you're gonna get a prolapse thinus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Come on, hemorrhoid.
I think they call that a red monkey. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for the show, guys. We got Gabe's thoughts on the Black Phone. Gabe, is there anything else that you saw you want to recommend before we start closing out here?
Anything else I saw that I would recommend? I would say no. That I've just been working. So
I just been
nothing
working.
nothing I would recommend. But I will say this: I may have to update my TikTok and just say, yeah, this is actually a pretty good flavor after my second time around.
You have to
Yeah.
re-review Redemption. Redemption's
Redemption.
everything.
You know, they gave me the sponsorship, so I got to redeem it.
Guys, make sure to, again, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook
Everything
as well.
is linked down below in the caption.
We have our link tree down below. And then in Victoria, obviously, with the final goals. So, and you guys are recording next when?
Hopefully next week, but because I'm going away, we'll see about that. I'm still obviously going to help you guys with your show if you're going live next week. But I do want to say, I forget the exact date, maybe July 14th. I'm going to be on Good Real Hunting, who's here in the chat today, to talk about, well, it's a slash it out between Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2, which me and Gabe are big fans of.
You and Gabe
Tony
are big
not so
fans of.
much.
And we're also going to be on Good Real Hunting for trivia, I believe.
June 27th.
June 27th. So that's going to be like a week and a half from now. So
me and the final
also
goals
exciting
versus Good Real Hunting and these two. So
we might win, we might lose. I don't know. I'm not too confident in demonic films.
Psycho 2005.
Psycho 2005 is always
that's
the
going
answer.
to be one of the answers.
I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight's show, guys. It was so exciting to talk about all these cool new movie topics and hear Gabe's thoughts on the Black Phone. If you haven't already, make sure to like, share, subscribe, get more people to come on the show. Road to 300.
Tell us if you like their new formats. You know that.
What did you guys think of the format? Leave us a comment, not in the live stream, but in the actual comment section. Please let us know what you think of the new format, and we will see you all next time.